Hey everybody, Pat and Sock Puppet Polly here. Hi guys! To remind you to support your local bartenders, and one of the ways you can do that is pick up this sweet, sweet Support All Bartenders shirt from the U.S. Bartenders Guild. Wow, what a great t-shirt! It really is, Polly. Thanks for noticing.
Virtual happy hour. We started off with some sock puppet Polly and a charity shirt. Get those again at buyjack.com. Support all bartenders. Only $20, and all the money goes to the United States Bartenders Guild. So hoping to show some love to our friends like Pat Joya from Barkeep. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good today. How are you, buddy?
I'm jealous that I did not wear a festive shirt because you're actually offending me at how good you look in that shirt.
Thank you.
Nice work. Thanks for jumping on Virtual Happy Hour, guys. We got a cocktail to make. We got our friend Phil Johnson, comic. He's out in San Jose. He's videoing in, and Laka, local musician, very talented, and Steve, the guitar player. I have to get Steve's last name. It's just Steve, the guitar player. But we do have Matt, the producer. I don't need to know his last name. How are you, Matt?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Do you think I'll behave where you won't have to mute me?
I can't promise it.
Okay, we'll see. If you guys haven't yet, hit share. Let's have some fun today. Real quick, we do trivia on Fridays. That's changing to Thursday evenings for our friends at King of the Bootleggers and George Remus. So shout out to them. And you can tune in for our last Friday date tomorrow at 6 o'clock on the George Remus Facebook page. Pumped to be here for Virtual Happy Hour. Again, great guests. Great cocktails, all kinds of good stuff ahead. Pat, I know Silver Lining Cocktails have been keeping you all busy at Barkeep. Can you let people know what is up this week and how they can get their drinks?
All right, well, first things first, silverliningcocktails.com, and that'll get you to our Square site, and what it'll walk you through on there is basically what drinks we have available for the week, what different things we have set up, and that changes every week. We've got sour cherry old fashions this week that are really, really good.
That sounds really good. Did you bring me one?
Well, so I'm playing with that concept this week.
Look at us.
But it's a little different. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little different.
All right.
I wanted to play around, just kind of tweak it a little bit today, just to have something a little different to do. Margaritas, gimlets. We've done Manhattans before. We don't have a Manhattan this week, but leave us input. We're going to try and do some different stuff here in the near future. Me and Matt have been kind of going back and forth of what we want to change up and what we want to find as far as like expanding the drinks and stuff like that. So it's going to get cooler as we keep going, because it doesn't look like the COVID's going anywhere.
No, it's not, man. I was trying to think about that. Like, we're looking at doing some small events. We're looking at doing a few things here and there, and then you just look at it more, and like our friends in comedy, they need these tour dates. I think we'll talk to Phil here in a minute. We can see what his tour schedule looks like, but I thought Texas was gonna like prove us all wrong. Be like, look at them down there doing their own thing like they always do, and now their numbers are exploding through the roof. So be safe, everybody. I know it's tough, but we're here for you. We got all kinds of online content to check out to keep you safe at home. So we'll have Pat make us a drink. We'll be taking your comments, your thoughts, and let's have some fun today. Pat, what kind of drink are you making for the good folks at home?
Am I going forward with it right now?
Yeah, give us a little. Let me know what you're making. Yeah.
All right. So I'm keeping it fairly simple, but we're doing a lot of different like flavor contrast here. So we've got this smoked maple Knob Creek going today. So it's kind of got like a little sweet maple like syrup type note to it, but it still proofs in at 90, not 100. And so it's still pretty punchy. And then we've got this sour cherry syrup over here to kind of balance the two flavors out, and a little bit of chocolate bitters. And we're just doing a real straightforward old-fashioned, but all these combined should turn out pretty all right. Now, while I'm making this, if you want to grab a glass, I'll make two so that we have...
Well, I think that's only fair.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. Because I kind of gave you the one last week, and I feel like I want to drink this one this week. So
this is you politely telling me to go get a freaking glass.
Go get a glass.
You know what? I'll be right back, guys.
All right, so kind of start getting going here. And first things first, we'll go ahead and get this maple whiskey in the glass itself. So with the two of us, we're going to have 4 ounces of that. We'll just put that right in. Now, if you don't have one of these fancy mixing glasses at home, a pint glass will work. You can mix it in the glass if you want to. It's really not going to, change your perspectives of anything. So we're going to do 1 ounce of the syrup here. So this is a sour cherry syrup. So we got some sour cherries. I pureed them down in a blender. And then we went and kind of cooked them down into a syrup. We did, of course, add sugar to that. So a ½ ounce per drink, so 1 ounce total in there. And then we've got ourselves our chocolate bitters. So we're not going to go nuts here. Sorry, this one's being kind of a jerk, though. There we go. So where we are there. And I'm going to put a little ice in the glass just to kind of get it set up. I've got some more ice here. And sadly, my ice is kind of junk today. It didn't hold up real well in the 90-plus heat we're dealing with here in St. Louis. So we'll get to stirring. So since this ice is a little burned down, I'm not going to stir it as long as I probably should because it's going to get a little watery a little quick. So spoon over here. I mean, you just knock me over, man. That's fine. I'm not really worried about it. There you go. Okay, let me get some ice in your glass, too, there, real quick.
That's right.
All right.
Shout out to Barkeep for the resident cocktail glasses we have here.
Yeah, so we got that, and let's go ahead and put a little in yours, and a little in mine, a little in yours, a little in mine, a little more in yours, a little more in mine. So forgive me for being a little messy. I'm kind of a messy bartender, but hold on, fella.
Oh, see, this is what happens. He's a pro.
Yeah, so we're going to throw a little twist of lemon in there just to brighten it up some because we've got the cherry and the maple there, so orange would kind of just disappear into all that. So the lemon will be kind of nice and bright. Get a nice little nose out of it. And there we have it. We've got our smoked maple sour cherry old fashions today.
Cheers to an A-list award-winning program that you're on.
That's true.
St. Louis Magazine put it out.
We're
And
on the A-list.
Matt, producer Matt, you're part of this. Matt Longaville. Cheers to us. Cheers to you guys. A-list, best use of Zoom and alcohol. Although we don't use Zoom, but it works. Cheers, everybody.
Here, here.
I feel that's a very appropriate award for us.
It is, and that's an appropriate drink for my mouth. Wow.
Came out pretty good, right?
That's very good. Very
I was
tasty.
stoked on this one.
I think you guys should order some Silver Lining cocktails for the weekend, too. Canned cocktails from right here in St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know if we have, is Phil on the line?
Oh,
Matt?
yes, he is. You know he is. He's ready for you. You ready?
You can check him out. I tagged him. Just follow his Facebook page, Phil Johnson, comedian, joining Virtual Happy Hour. We had him on years ago when he was performing with Kevin Farley outside of St. Louis. And glad to have Phil back on the show. What's up, Phil? How are you, man?
Hey, guys. I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
Good, man.
We're good. Pat was rude and outshone me with his shirt choice today, and he made a killer cocktail, so I guess that kind of makes up for it. Phil is not only just a comic, but he's a musician as well, so that kind of explains the cool setup he has in his house and why we've got the...
Drum, piano.
You got a lot going
all that
on there,
stuff.
man. Phil, you're in San Jose. You're typically out on the road quite a bit doing comedy. We talk to comics all the time. This has affected everybody in different ways. I've seen you do a few online shows, but the way it was looking, we talked about this a little bit earlier, it was looking like, okay, maybe Texas is going to pull something crazy off here, but then the numbers are surging and all that good stuff. What's been your schedule? I mean, were you going to get back out on the road? What were you planning on doing?
I've been kind of playing it by ear about 2 to 4 weeks at a time to kind of see, okay, I've got this coming up. Should I actually go do that? And like I was supposed to be in Texas last week and the week before. I was supposed to do Waco and San Antonio, a couple other places. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know. It seems too early. It seems a little sketchy. So I postponed those dates. And they'll hopefully happen later this year. At the moment, I do not have any like road dates on the schedule till October when I'm supposed to be in Michigan. So yeah, it's doing the Zoom thing for a while here and just keeping up with people any way I can through shows like this.
I was gonna say I'm curious as a stand-up, and you perform funny songs as well. You do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But as a stand-up, are you comfortable doing straight stand-up material, or do you feel like since you're a little more versatile, you can kind of roll with the punches a little better than somebody that would just get up and kind of repeat their act?
Yeah, I mean, for the online streaming stuff, I've definitely leaned on my music stuff a whole lot more. I was doing for a while, for about a month, maybe 6 weeks, I did a daily show where I was doing like a short 10-minute live stream show each day for my fans, like Monday through Friday. And that allowed me to really dig back into my catalog a lot and find a bunch of songs that I hadn't played in years and discovered I had also not written down any of the chords for those songs, thinking that I would remember them
That's funny in
a decade
itself.
later. Yeah, so I would spend an hour or two watching old videos of myself trying to figure out what I played on these stupid songs. But now I have rectified that problem, and I have notes for everything now. But yeah, so that was pretty fun. But I do lean on the music stuff more. I have done some stand up. I'm in this phase right now where I've just finished filming a new hour of stand up, and so I'm in the writing phase now. It's sort of a weird place to be. It would be the part where I go out and suck for a couple months with new material.
Right.
And so now I'm sucking online in front of probably
Fives
a
of
multiplication of more people than I would at an open mic somewhere.
Well, we're glad you're here, and definitely people go follow Phil's Facebook page. Again, we tagged it in the description of everything, so you can support Phil. I'm curious too. Are you gonna let a wave of comics get out there and hit the road more so? Like whenever it's deemed okay, like the people that have been going out and doing shows, it's still kind of dodgy, right? It's like might be good, might be fun, whatever. But are you gonna let a group of people go out for a month or so, like to test the water? Are they gonna canary in the coal mine for you?
They're already starting to. I talked to a friend of mine in where is he? He's in Wisconsin or someplace the other day, and he was like, I went out and did my first show, and I was like, how was it? And he was like, crowd was okay, small audience, they spaced them out. I said, did they disinfect the mic or anything? And he went, oh, I didn't even think of that. I was like,
oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta switch the mics,
Yeah.
Right, something like that. So yeah, I part of my brain goes, let other people go out there and test it out first, because there's some really anxious comics to get out there and do their thing. And I'm doing okay. I can live without it for a few more months and see how they do. The other part of my comedian brain is like, I'm losing so much career momentum by not being out on the road that it's, that part is driving me a little bit batty, but I'm doing a bunch of other things to make up for it.
You guys work so hard in your profession to gain an inch a year sometimes. And it's such a difficult thing. So I can only imagine, but you do always keep a good disposition about things, and so I feel good for you there. I'm curious. Whenever you do go back out, are you incorporating music in like full time? Like is it always going to be music and stand up?
Sure. Yeah. Well, like the show that we just filmed that'll be out in the fall is mostly stand up, and then there's like 3 songs at the end. So that's kind of the way that it's been going. Yeah. It changes it up for the last, 10, 15 minutes of the show. Although that was because I was working so hard on the stand up that I hadn't gotten around to writing more songs. So that may change. I did a project for a year called the 30-Second Song Project, where every day I was putting out a new short 30-second give or take song that basically allowed me to work out a whole bunch of song premises that have 1 or 2 quick punchlines and then get out. And so now I'm going to take a bunch of those that people liked and develop them into longer songs. So that's part of the release schedule coming up over the next year as well. So there will be a whole bunch more songs coming.
Well, that's exciting then. So keep up the good work on that. So we've got Pat here from Barkeep here in St. Louis. We're rocking a cocktail today. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Phil, do you drink? I don't remember if you do or not.
I do not.
Okay,
No.
it's like 50-50 with comics at a certain point.
Yeah, so here's where I am. The reason I don't is because addiction runs in my family. We did our DNA test. It said we're 90 proof. And
Stop it right now. Damn it, Phil.
I need that.
My family tree sways.
Phil, I'm gonna steal that joke from you, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna use that. Whenever I get back behind a bar, I'm definitely using that
Just
joke.
credit him. Just be like, yeah, copyright Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't drink. In fact, while we've been locked down here, I didn't even have any soda in the house. And the one thing I do drink is Coca-Cola, and we didn't even have any of that for a good 2 months. And I finally broke down and bought like a 6-pack of Coke because I couldn't stand it anymore.
Just walks into the grocery store shaking. Where's the Coca-Cola?
In the bottles, glass bottles, not cans.
Oh, yeah, Mexican Coke. You got to get it right.
He's a purist.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
San Jose, you were explaining before the show, hit pretty hard in regards to test cases and everything else. Give us? We're here in St. Louis. I mean, we have a general idea of how things are. What's life been like in San Diego? I keep saying San Diego. San Jose. Yeah.
San Diego's getting hit harder now. Southern California is the real. That's where all the cases are now. we've kind of leveled off. We're not really decreasing here for some reason, but we have leveled off. We were like ground zero for the West Coast beginning in Santa Clara County here. So we have been locked down earlier than the rest of the state. And they're starting to open things up. Like we can go to restaurants outside and things like that now. But other than that, it's like Groundhog Day. I just wake up every day in the same house, doing the same things over and over and over and over and over. The same person is next to me the entire time. Fortunately, my girlfriend and I get along really well.
Big
Otherwise,
time.
this last couple of months would have been a disaster. So
That would have been very tough. I'm the same way, except my hair, which is typically fairly short, I just kind of see it just look a little more gross every day. I don't have the cool mane like you do. But yes,
well, you can see what happens when I don't get a haircut for 3 months.
This is absurd.
Did I say 3 months? Sorry, I meant 20 years. 2
Yeah.
years is what I meant to say.
20 years it's been. Dang, man.
God, I envy the both of you so much right now.
Oh, yeah, we're kinda
There's a
rubbing
reason
it.
I'm wearing a hat. Yeah.
I think you should lean into it, Pat. Don't you think, Phil? Like if he just grew out a horseshoe, like that would be pretty sweet. Like I don't even know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ponytail in the back and the bald on top.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
I got kind of a
I
Lex
can
Luthor thing
I
going
can
on.
look like Pat. I can look like Pat.
Perfect.
There you go.
Do
Yeah.
that.
It came with a price though. Like I lost it up top. I grew it in on the face. Like it just
Yeah.
migrated, I guess is the best way to put it. But
Phil, I know being a musician and having the funny songs, I can't let you out of here without maybe a funny song. We do have Layka to play music after this, but bonus
Sure.
episode. Do you mind to play a song for us?
I can play a song for you. Yes. Let's see. I'll do one short one and then one like regular song.
Okay. Let's see it, Phil.
All right. So this one's from the 30-second song project. This is about, see, I don't drink, but I am a meat eater. So this is about my favorite protein. They're great oops, let's turn it up. Can you guys hear that okay?
Yeah.
All right. They're great fried and baked, barbecued and glazed, served on skewers and buns, roasted with sage, with noodles in soup. Add some chilies to put a little kick in. And of course, you know I'm talking about babies. There we go. All right. So that's
Damn it, Phil. Producer Matt, did you see where that was going?
I did not.
So we call an okie doke in the biz. Phil Johnson roasting babies. Thank you. That was we needed that.
Good.
And when he said I'll do a short one, he played a 30-second song. That was great.
It's a
I liked it.
30-second song. I think that one's like 26 seconds or something like that. All right, so I'll do a regular song now. Are we keeping this clean? Or are we doing it up for?
You know
what?
what?
Are we doing?
We said no need for FCC regulations. We got our own studio. You do as
All
you
right.
like.
All right, then I will sing you a song. This is a song that I wrote for my friend's baby shower because she was like, "Will you write a song about my baby and the miracle of childbearing?" And I said, "You've never heard my songs before, have you?"
Hopefully not the last one.
Yeah. Well, here we go. A little baby, you were brought here through a miracle and a broken condom. I didn't know sperm carried knives. And somehow you got by the IUD, the diaphragm, the spermicide, and a morning after pill. But if Daddy hadn't been so drunk and Mommy hadn't run out of batteries, if Daddy pulled out on time instead of thinking about Angelina Jolie, then baby you wouldn't be here. You'd have been wiped up with a towel. A little baby, will your new life be a happy one? Or will you make your money putting sausage between your buns? Will you be like a hot dog cart? Ching ching umbrella. Will you be a great man who brings peace to all the land? Or the type of guy that lures kids into a big white cargo van? And since you're pretty scary, I'm really glad that you're not mine. And I guess I'm pretty happy that your mommy cheated on me this time. So go ahead and be just as evil as you wanna be. Hell yes, I dodged that bullet and I'm free.
What is
There we
wrong with
go.
you?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed our mics getting cut like right after the first 8 seconds as we started crying over here. So
Yeah,
That's
wow.
okay. That's the response we need to hear. That's the
Oh my
response
gosh.
we need to hear.
Now, Phil, you play a variety of venues, and you'll feature, and you'll headline, and you've been in the biz, and you work different angles. Do you do you read the room well, or do you say screw it and go for broke, and play that song in like say you do an off night in a casino, and the clientele, you walk out and you're thinking maybe we'll shift to G-rated. How does that work in your world?
I will read. I have enough material. The special we just shot is my 4th hour of material, so I've got enough material where I can change it up for an audience. There are some nights where I go, I think I want them to hate me for the next 5 minutes, and then I'm going to dig my way out of that and see. So it depends. If the venue says don't do that, or we're going to dock your pay, then I don't do that.
Yeah.
If the audience says don't do that, I might do it anyway. Because you always want to find the audience's line. Every audience has a line, and then you need to go slightly past that line. And so it is version of reading the room, and just going right up to that line and then stepping a little bit across it so they're slightly shocked, and that's where you get the best response. But I will tell you, I did play that song at a charity event for a missing children's
Damn it, Phil.
charity. And I forgot the line about the white cargo van was in there. I thought, I think I can do this one. That should be okay. And like, I played it and it was coming up and I was like, oh no. But I was in the middle of the song. I couldn't stop. And my mom was in the front row and I could just see her like,
no. Yeah.
And I did not get invited back the following year to play that event again.
Damn it. That's so awful that happened. Yes, I would have hated to see it. I would, yeah, if I'm your mom, yeah, she has to do the mom thing and care. That's fine.
Yes.
But maybe somebody else that knew, like, I would have known it was coming, and I would have been just fixated on like who I thought would be the most uptight person in the room. So maybe you made somebody's night despite ruining.
See, I would have been a good
else's.
friend and maybe tried to stand in the back and be like, no.
Oh, like kid. Yeah, hit it. Oh, man, those
I didn't get invited back, but
on the special you shot, anything different than the others you have? I mean, like, it's so interesting. You'll see movies shot on iPhones now. I do love all the, I guess the tricks. I mean, obviously on a large scale, we just saw Dave Chappelle throw out a little bit less technically sound special than you would normally. Not a little bit, a lot of it, considering what he puts out usually. But what give us the tech on the new special, and how'd you go through it?
Oh, we did a 3 to 4 camera shoot. Originally, I'd shot a couple of shows in San Diego. Strange that you guys were talking about San Diego. I love that city, and I had shot a couple shows down there. The audio guy totally blew his job, and the audio was completely unusable. Even the shows were so good, so amazing.
Did you murder him? Like, that's.
I haven't even got my money back from him yet. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
So money first, then murder. Got it.
Oh,
right. Yeah. Money first, then murder.
Yeah.
So then I decided I was going to shoot back here in the Bay Area in Northern California. And rather than do it all in one venue, I decided to split it up. And we were going to shoot 4 different venues. We ended up shooting 3, and 2 of them are actually making the special. So the special is going to be split between 2 venues, kind of like Veer Das did one of his specials a couple specials back, where he shot half in New York and half in Bombay, and mine are not that far apart. They're much closer together, but same type of idea.
Sure.
So it's coming out really good. We're just getting into the final edit of the show, and it's called Burning Sensation. It'll be great. And it's my best work yet. I'm really, really excited about it.
Well, I'm happy to hear about that for you, man. As far as like going through these, you've got 4 under your belt now. That's incredible. Yeah. What advice would you give? Like, what's the number one thing that you would have liked to know for Special 1 that you now know before you were going into Special 4?
Oh, that's interesting. The only thing I don't like about my first special is most of the material, which is Which is what happens. When you write 4 hours of stuff, that first hour is not going to be that great. I'd only been doing comedy for, I don't know, 2.5 years or something when I shot the first one.
Super ambitious.
And
yeah.
yeah, because I had the material. And what happens is I shoot a special when I'm tired of doing the material. So I build an hour, I take it on the road, and then I go, man, I am sick of this material. I'm going to do it 2 more times, and we're going to put it on film, and then I don't have to do it again. And then I immediately start writing. So the day after we finished shooting this one, I started writing the next one. And I'm about 20 minutes in, 20 very unpolished minutes in, but it's got to start on it. But yeah, so I just try to make it a little bit better each time. I think I shot the first special with 2 consumer video cameras and $100 and my own recording gear, and so it was what it was for the time. But I just tried to technically get it a little bit better each time. So I brought a crew in, and we did this one up really nicely.
That's awesome, man. And I think too, as you kind of chop through each one of those, like you're going to have a new set of problems, whether it's the material, the tech, or anything else, right? Maybe it's the audio guy that doesn't hit record. Yeah. Like that's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The audio I got was we were supposed to get 4 separate tracks of audio, right? Voice, guitar, 2 tracks for the audience. Instead, I got 1 track. Everything was mixed down to 1 track, and it was distorted. So I was like, "There's nothing I can do with this." Nothing at all.
Producer Matt, you're running that special. Does that happen?
No.
He doesn't even have any follow-up. He's just disgusted.
No, I would be disgusted with that, and I would have already refunded your money. I would have been so disappointed and just outraged with myself.
Just living with your tail tucked.
Yeah, I will say I forgot to press record today, though, which is a normal thing. So,
I've done that. I've done that.
That happens. If you guys are watching on the live stream, be sure to follow Phil's Facebook page. Anything else we need to know about, man, that you're kicking around that you'd like people to get out? Let's remind people when the special does come out.
It'll be out in October. I don't have a hard release date yet. I'm actually going to release a couple singles first, which comedians don't generally do, but I'm going to drop a couple singles before the whole thing comes out. So there's sort of a 6-week marketing promotion process for each one of those. And then the special will be out in October, at least on Amazon Prime. You can pre-order it on my website right now at philjohnsоncomedy.com. It's there. You can pre-order the digital download or the DVD, as well as some other stuff that'll help me pay for creating the darn thing.
Please support Phil. He can't tour, people. You got to make sure you buy the special. Phil, what a pleasure, man. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I always love to see you, man.
Yeah, it's a treat. Let's do it again soon, and be safe and keep those funny songs coming, man. Great stuff from Phil Johnson. Thank you so much, buddy. We'll see you soon, Phil.
Thanks, guys.
Phil Johnson, he's a comic in San Jose. He's got a special coming out in October that you can check out. Who's that? Is that Little Pat?
It's Little Pat.
Support all bartenders. Buyjack.com. We are live. You can get the shirt there. $20, and all of that goes to the USBG. Nice work, producer Matt. That's a beautiful. What do we call that? What is that?
I think it's your favorite thing ever, the lower third.
That's a lower third. Okay, so now I know. Okay, got it. Real quick, big thanks to Snappy Bigman Coffee for hooking us up with some great coffee here at the studio. You can special order that. They'll deliver it. They're from right here in the St. Louis area, and it's very, very tasty, just saying. Quick reminder, too, next week we've got our friend Womack from Future Birds on Drinks with the Band, thanks to Jack Daniels. That's going to be a good time. And again, support Barkeep and Silver Lining Cocktails, and thank you guys for getting us on the A-list. We'll have Layka, she's from right here in St. Louis, up in just a moment whenever I get the thumbs up. I don't know if we've even told her that this is happening a little early, but we'll hear some good tunes from Layka. Who's the last, we may have asked this before, Pat, who's the last person you went and saw live?
Oh my God.
Before this. I was thinking about that.
I don't even know now.
Yeah.
I mean, April feels like 10 years ago, so...
March, dude. March is when we started this, right?
Yeah. I think I went to a show in February, but I can't... Who the hell did I go see?
I don't know. I saw Funky Butt. I saw...
Jesus.
I don't know the last concert I went to.
I honestly, God, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been that long ago now.
It certainly has. But if you're tuned in now and you haven't hit share yet, what's your problem? But you can let...
Sorry, this is going to bother me all day.
We'll think about that. And maybe whenever things open back up, or if you go to a socially distanced show, you can see Layka, our musical guest right now for Virtual Happy Hour. She performs throughout St. Louis, and her guitar player, Steve, is going to perform as well. Layka, how are you? Thanks for jumping on.
Good. How are you guys?
Great. Before we even get started, shout out to your internet connection and your setup.
I'm not in the. Am I in the shot? Here I am.
There it is. Hey, what's up, Steve?
Hi.
Steve and
There you
Layka going to be playing some tunes today. You guys may be able to answer this. We were just trying to figure out who the last week. I'm trying to remember. It was probably a St. Louis band of some sort. Our buddy Josh Eaker. I see him out playing all the time. Layka, Steve, what's the last live music event pre-lockdown that you all saw?
Her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have like a ton of time to go to as many shows as I would like to, besides when I'm performing.
That's when you put on.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's tough. We were having it feels like years ago that we got to go out and see live music, but I don't know. I'll think about it and we'll work through it. We'll get through this together. Like, have you been playing any? You and Steve been playing any live shows? What's been going on? Are things opening back up for you show wise?
I perform with a few different musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So Corey, I can't remember his last name. That's so bad, but he plays keys.
Sounds like a very important member of your creative team.
We did a private party, a backyard concert for someone's birthday a couple weekends ago. And then last weekend, I was in Grafton at Hog Pit. It's a biker bar, actually. And I performed there with Phil from the Bedlam Brothers.
Very nice. How was the biker party?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was there. I mean, I think people hear like, oh, it's a biker bar, they're going to be really rough, mean people, but that they're like one of the best audiences that I've played to. And so like, they love the music and it's fun.
No, that's great to hear. Where did you grow up here in St. Louis?
No, I grew up in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, 2 hours south of here.
I'm very familiar with Cape Girardeau, and so is our
producer.
producer.
You are?
Oh yeah, I lived in Cape Girardeau till I was about 4, and then I grew up in Farmington, so I always had to play sports against the Cape teams for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, do you get down to play Cape Girardeau much? I bet there's probably plenty of. I bet you could go play normal shows down there. I bet they don't even know what masks are in Cape right now.
Hey, I don't know about all of that. I'm gonna have to.
You gotta think about that one. I'm just guessing.
I gotta take a drink of water. No, I don't play any shows in Cape.
Okay. Well, you need to get to change that. I bet they'd love you down there. I've seen some of your songs, and I'm sure your hometown would appreciate you for sure.
Yes, actually, I did get invited to. There's a festival going on down there for 4th of July weekend. But I don't know. I just don't make it down to Cape.
There was an annual. You had like an annual.
But I didn't perform there.
Yeah, I'm talking about the hospital function. There was a.
Oh yeah, I performed at a fundraiser. It was for the Southeast Foundation.
Oh, that's
so I
great.
guess I have to perform there. Yeah, sorry.
Well, that counts. Oh, that's okay. We can definitely enjoy some tunes. I don't know. Are you guys ready? You want to knock out a song, and we'll just keep chatting and hear one more too. Like, if you want to play us a tune.
And I want to introduce this song because it's actually about being from a small town and or growing up in a small town and then living now in a bigger city. St. Louis isn't very big, but my cousin Neil wrote this song, and he's also from Cape. And he's an awesome singer-songwriter. He's in New York right now, but both songs that we're going to perform today, he wrote. So
very cool.
Check out neiltotten.com. So we're going to sing the first one.
Well, thank you. Layka and Steve, let's hear it.
Great, thanks.
I'm a country girl living in the big city. Got a lot of ways that you might not think pretty, like to lick my hand, When the chillin' tastes good, I like to stomp my feet. When I'm feeling that beat, I'm a fool for the music, and that's how I made it by. I won't stop till I reach my goal. It's a lot of y'all that's from the country too, and y'all are the ones that I am singing to, 'cause I'm country. Country, hey, I'm a country girl. Country, so country, y'all. Country, so country, y'all. 'Cause I'm country. Country, hey, I'm a country girl. Country, so country, y'all. Country, so country, y'all. From the show me state, and this is how we do it. We're talking to you, we speaking loud to home. Some days it's church, and that's where we give it up to the Lord above. Don't listen us, we don't got a lot, but the love is enough. When you're from where I'm from, you gotta give it up. We don't know all those ways like those rich folks do, but this is what I'm singing to you. I'm country. Country, hey, I'm a country girl. Country, so country, oh. Country, so country, oh. 'Cause I'm country. Country, hey, I'm a country girl. Country, so country, oh. Country, so country, oh. Country, so country, oh. Country, so country, oh.
Layka, great song, taking me back. I think that would fly in Farmington too. Wonderful job.
Anywhere in Southeast Missouri.
That's right. I'm
Poplar Bluff.
name them all. Portageville. I don't care. Take it on the tour. Pat, do you feel like a country girl now?
No, not personally, no.
Oh,
but
okay.
you'll have to forgive me. I just,
Gotcha.
I'm a city boy through and through. So.
All right, Layka, would you be upset if you were me? Pat shows up in this cool shirt and I'm in a bum T-shirt. Should I like spill a drink on him or something to make him have to leave? Like I don't appreciate how cool that shirt is.
Nah, I wouldn't be mad. It is a nice shirt though.
Let's break it down. What's on that shirt?
Little Lamborghinis and planets, stars. It's pretty great.
I see one star in that photo or in that video shot, and it's you, Pat.
Aww.
Way to go. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, you can check out Layka's Facebook page, and then whenever shows are back on the schedule, you can go out and support her live. You're here in St. Louis. You do play music. What do you have a full-time job outside of music?
Yeah, I'm a dietitian and a personal trainer and wellness coach. I cover about 4 different hospitals, kind of on an as-needed basis. And then I have my own wellness practice. I think that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
That's super cool, though.
You stay super busy with that. I'm curious, has obviously the live shows have went down a bit, but for your other, I guess, business, probably less personal training, have you engaged in any kind of online consulting?
Yes. So yeah, I used to transition to telehealth, but for my private practice clients and even doing outpatient in the hospital, initially we switched to telehealth as soon as the lockdown happened.
And I know this is virtual happy hour and we're laughing and being silly and having some fun, but I am genuinely curious as somebody in the telehealth field, what are the complications that come up with that as compared to meeting with people in person?
We do a lot of physical exams, just there are signs and symptoms that you can tell when you're looking at someone's full body,
Right.
as opposed to, just the top half. So that's one of the challenges. But overall, really, my patients and clients, they prefer it.
Oh, really? Yeah, less travel.
But yeah, it's less travel. It's more convenient. Yeah, it's really convenient.
Yeah.
And they'll actually, have more frequent meetings because they don't have to worry about going into the office or going into the hospital outpatient services.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And how long have you been working for yourself? It sounds like you're very driven in that department.
Yeah, I've always had a regular job and then always did some wellness and personal training on the side. So I've been a dietitian for a really long time. But I don't want to say how long because
It can't be that long. So, so
it's over a decade. I will tell you that much. Over a decade.
well, that's surprising to hear, and that's a compliment. So, do you ever mix the two? Do you ever sing whenever you're? Do you have a dietitian client that you're like, Chris, you should stop eating so much trans fat? Like, is there something like, is that carbs after 10 are a bad idea? Like, is that how it goes?
Now I do kind of joke around. I'll be like, "Girl, eat that kale. It tastes real good. It tastes real nice." But now, I do get clients though from singing. Like someone will see
Sure.
a video of me singing, and then look on my Facebook page and see that I'm also a dietitian. So I have got, it is good marketing in that way.
I'm sure it is. And with being a dietitian, I'm curious as well. If a guy like Pat comes in or myself and we're serious and we're like, we got to do this, do you get tough with people or do you take a soft approach? How does that work? I always feel bad for dietitians. We produce a podcast with Shonda Thornton here, and she and I see how she kind of treats people. I would be so frustrated if I was in your position as a dietitian.
No, absolutely not. I'm not tough at all because if you're too tough, like I had a client with diabetes and his doctor sent him to see me. He really didn't want to come. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. And I was just like, okay, like if you roll with the resistance, people do much better than if you're like, oh no, you have to do this. Yeah. And I just said, okay, that's fine. Now that we know what you're not going to do, let's talk about what you would be willing to do. And he was just like, oh my God, you didn't even like try to twist my arm or anything. And he did so well, made so much progress. So I don't get tough with people. I meet them where they are and, go from there.
Well, I think that's a great way to be. And I think a great thing that we could hear now is maybe another song. Are you up for it? You and Steve ready to rock?
Absolutely, yes. And this one is we wanted to start off with something more upbeat because, we didn't want to lose the audience. But this one is a little more serious. It's called American Soul. And it just talks about, the wounds that we have as American. It's more poignant now than ever. And it's about, it's kind of cliche, but we need love and understanding and everyone trying to do better to heal the American soul and all of, the tragedies that we've experienced as a country. So,
well, thank you for sharing. Let's hear it, guys. Thank you.
Like stray cats in the night, so close, or I may be far and I don't know. 'Cause these complex questions facing this society, and I gotta make a choice to walk this narrow line in front of me. I don't wanna tear, don't wanna tire, but I recognize now that I am the only thing in this world I can control. So, heal the American soul. So, take me back. Take me back to free and me through. The pain is not the problem. It's all free to solve the problem. We all see. 'Cause if we don't learn to love each other, I'll better roll. And if I'm your brother, then I wanna love us so I can know There's no need to be bitter, but we should bother to go and run it down. Cause we are the only thing in this world we can control. So, feel the American soul. So long with me, and you will see, although we're not the same, if we're out of love, then it's time to grow, of waiting to stay. So, feel the American soul. So, feel the American soul. So, feel the American soul. So.
Live crowd. That's right. Those are people clapping. Who knows the next time you'll be able to see that in live and in person. Laka and our boy Steve. Wonderful song. Great job, guys. You guys sound great. Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
It absolutely was. I wanted to commend you too before I forgot. I lived in Cape Girardeau and then briefly in Sykeston, so I wanted to commend you for not sounding like you're from deep South Alabama as I did when I lived in Cape Girardeau as a 4-year-old. It was a problem. I watch home videos. I'm like, how did you understand me? And where did I pick this up? Like it was a weird thing. I don't know.
That is so funny because the later it gets, like when I get tired, my Southeast Missouri accent does come out. It does.
It's so funny. I'm like, we are not.
So you guys fall into that? What do they call that? The Missouri mush mouth, I think is how they phrase
It was something, yeah. And it's so funny how you go up you go half an hour away and it's magically disappears. So who knows? Laka, I don't know if it's just best if people follow your Facebook page. Where should we send people? Instagram? What's good for you?
You can go to Instagram, Laka Soul, Laka Soul. Facebook, my Facebook page is Laka Soul as well, and lakamusic.com, Laka Music.
Wonderful. And we'll post our Instagram and all that good stuff. I know a lot of you guys come back and watch this after the fact. If you're listening, you enjoy that. Enjoy that while you're out on your walk. And Lake is serenading you while you're moving around. So thank you so much for coming on this week. Guys, we're going to say goodbye to Laka. We're going to say goodbye to all of you. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're here each and every week. Be sure to check out all our other great stuff at We Are Live Radio. Laka, Steve, thank you so much for coming on Virtual Happy Hour. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, Pat and Sock Puppet Paulie here. Hi guys! To remind you to support your local bartenders, and one of the ways you can do that is pick up this sweet, sweet Support All Bartenders shirt from the U.S. Bartenders Guild. Wow, what a great t-shirt! It really is, Paulie. Thanks for noticing.